Wall Street Memes Casino
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.
Andrew McCart, iFLTV. 2 interviews in a week, Sam Jones, man. You're spoiling me.
I know, but listen, you're asking me, mate. So I thought I'd jump on. Andrew, I'm so tired. I'm not that guy that stays up for boxing anymore. I think I'm retiring from it.
Yeah, I'm the same, mate. I drove up the road just there. That's why I've literally got home half an hour, 40 minutes ago. So I'm knackered as well. But yeah, let's just jump straight into it. I'm sure talking about that fight, that fight night out in LA will wake us up again, because it was what a card, what an event. I'll start from the top and we'll work our way down. Let's start with Crawford Madrimov. I thought it was a close fight. Sometimes you hear that old saying, you need to rip the titles from the champion. But
No,
what were your thoughts on it?
I thought the scorecards weren't kind to Madrimov. I don't think they were kind to him. I think that nobody can argue that Crawford can. If Crawford win, no problems with that, right? But I thought you could have easily gone the other way. I do. I thought it was a very close fight. I thought could have been a draw, but it was. Let's be honest, it wasn't the best of fights to watch, right? It wasn't the best of fights to watch. The styles didn't really complement each other, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Especially when it's like 6 o'clock in the morning and you've not slept. But look, Crawford goes on. He's a great fighter. So is Madrimov. He can come back. His stock's not depleted in any way. It was a close fight. I've got no problem with Crawford winning the fight. I just thought the scorecards were a bit unkind to the champ.
Yeah, I think Eddie Hearn said it, that he said that he jumped in the ring thinking that Madrimov had done enough to get that, because he says,
I don't know. Eddie knows the game. Eddie knows the game. He knows that, look, the politically correct fighters, if the scores are close, usually go the politically correct fighter's way.
I seen online as well, as I was coming up, there was a lot of people saying, Crawford, stop calling out Canelo now. 154 is your...
I don't want to see that fight, if I'm honest, Andrew. I don't really want to see it. Like, listen, if we get it, then of course we'll watch it. But I just think that 168 is too much of a bigger jump. If it was that, maybe it was, I don't know. But as a boxing fan, we want to see, I tweeted it, that we want to see Boots Ennis against Crawford for all the belts. But I understand if you're Crawford, you're facing somebody, how old's Crawford? 37, 36, 37?
Coming up 37, yeah.
Coming up to 37. Boots Ennis is completely in his prime. Coming into his prime, like young, strong, hungry challenger. Crawford wants the money fights, so I respect Crawford for that. So if he doesn't fight Boots Ennis, then no one can say, oh, he's ducked him. He's completely ticked every box in boxing. Crawford, he's done unbelievable. He's a pound for pound great. He's a future Hall of Famer. So if he doesn't do that fight, then I completely understand. But I would rather him fight, I don't know, fight somebody else at 154 maybe. I just think Canelo's too much of a bigger jump in the weights.
Yeah, I think Turkey Al Sheikhs has said Virgil Ortiz will be a good one for Crawford next at 154, and I quite like that fight, to be honest.
Yeah, great fight. Yeah.
Well, let's go on to Ruiz Miller. We all love a big heavy.
I called Big Baby was going to win that fight, and I got a load of stick for it. Big Baby did win that fight. He got robbed. Listen, I thought, my God, he has gone there and done it. Do you know what? I just fancied him to win the fight, because I looked at Andy Ruiz, and Andy Ruiz just doesn't look like he's asked about boxing anymore. And Jarrell Miller, he turned up in great shape. He looks like a changed character. Because listen, he got a lot. He's been getting a lot of abuse over the years, and rightfully so. He made bad choices, made just immense, monumental errors he made in his career. But he won that fight for me, Andrew. He well won it as well.
Yeah, well, there was one judge had it by 4 rounds, excuse me, and the other two had it a draw. So you can understand why Miller is disappointed waking up this morning.
He won the fight. He won the fight. I think Andy Ruiz knew he won the fight as well.
Did you see Andy Ruiz's broken hand? Did you see the state of that?
No.
I put a post up, man. His hand is just, it doesn't look real, to be honest.
Yeah.
Let's go on and let's talk about them, because I'm pretty sure you probably have a lot to say on this fight. This next one, Martin Bakole. We spoke about it. You said you weren't happy with that they've made Jared Anderson the favourite going into this fight, and we spoke about it being his coming out party. And what a performance from Bakole, to be honest.
But this is the thing, right? People take my sarcasm, right, towards. Listen, Bakole deserves some of the flipping chat he gets against him, because he does talk a load of flipping nonsense, right? And Billy does. But no one's ever said Bakole's not a beast. I know he's a beast. Do you know what I mean? When I saw the odds last night, I put a bet on Bakole to win the fight last night, because I looked at the odds and I thought, these lot are out there. My accumulator didn't work because Jarrell Miller fight, but I would have earned some great dough yesterday. I had Crawford on points, I had Miller on points, and I had Bakole by stoppage. Oh, it was like, but no, I fancy Bakole big, because look, Bakole is a fucking lump, Andrew, right? He is a right lump, and he's got a granite chin. Like, you saw, he was letting Jared Anderson punch him in the stomach, and it was just no effect. And I mean this when I say this, as much as Billy gets on my left tit, right? I'm happy for him, because he's been banging the drum, and I know how hard it is sometimes when you're banging the drum, when you feel like everyone's kind of against you, no one's really believing what you're saying. Like, he's been banging the drum about Bakole for years, and after probably a bit of crazy matchmaking, he's landed himself a massive fight on the biggest card, on an unbelievable card, and he has just smashed Jared Anderson to pieces. I feel a bit sorry for Jared, to be honest with you, because I just feel like, mate, 24 years old, and you've ended up being matched against that lump. It's like, he's had an hard night in the office there, Jared, but I'm genuinely happy for Billy Nelson. And as much as it really does, it doesn't really pay me to say it, but Billy needs a lot of credit as well, because I thought his tactics were spot on last night. I was listening to what he was saying to Bakole in the call. Like everything was spot on last night, and Bakole got his big moment. So now Martin Bakole he's beaten a top contender. We won't say an elite level heavyweight, because Jared's only 24. We can still say he's I wouldn't call him a prospect, because he beat Charles Martin, and he's looked the goods other than the Charles Martin fight, hasn't he? Really, he's looked top quality. So I don't want to diminish Bakole's, who he's just beaten there, because everyone was tipping Jared Anderson to be the top guy, right? The next, the American heavyweight hope. And Bakole has gone in there with no respect whatsoever and smashed him to pieces. That's just what happened, isn't it, Andrew? He smashed him to pieces. And he's going to land himself a massive fight. So honestly, I tip my my hat to Billy Bakole, because that was the performance of the night. Other than Eminem, that was the performance of the night. It was a fantastic performance from Martin Bakole, and nobody can pretend he's not there anymore. He's there and he's coming.
Well, that's it. Billy's been singing from the rooftops from day dot, as you know about Martin Bakole, and it's probably just.
I will always give credit where credit's due. But when people say, "Oh, Sam said this about me," watch my interviews. I made him a big favourite in the fight.
Fair, Sam, you and Billy are characters in the sport, right? And
yeah,
Eddie Hearn says that we need characters in the sport, right? And for you and Billy having this little back and forth, it's entertaining for us as fans, as media. So you know what I mean? We like it. And the fact that Billy Nelson actually said in Combs' interview as well, he says, "Listen, I want to chip in and buy Sam a new TV," because he's probably put his foot through the telly watching that last night, which is funny. That's what he said.
No. He's well off the mark. I had Bakole on my accumulator, mate. So I was more than happy to watch Bakole do that. So
yeah. It's tongue in cheek anyway, but listen, I'm happy for Billy. He's a good friend of mine. Like I said, Martin as well. He's probably one of the nicest guys in the game. He's very, very humble, and he's always smiling, Martin. But great.
No, look, like I say, nobody can pretend the geezer isn't there, is not there anymore. You can't really turn a blind eye to it. I think not the only fight. I think the next fight to be making for Bakole is Zhang. I called it out straight away. I think two massive lumps. As I say, Zhang's profile's risen massively. Bakole's profile's gone up a bit after that. I think that's the fight to make, and then the winner of that gets a world title fight.
100%. Sam, I agree with him. I think when you look at Zhang, the 280 plus pounds, whatever he may be,
Oh, what fight!
the 280 plus pounds at Bakole, both at 6'6", both don't take a backward step.
You'd have about 44 stone of men in the ring there.
That face says it all. You don't have to say words, Sam. That face says it all.
Oh my God.
I want to jump quickly to Barnsley because it was a little appetizer for that card last night.
I watched that as well. I watched that. You know what? I was dipping away. I was like, hey, do you know, the Joe Laws fight was probably one of the best pub brawls I've ever seen in my life on television. It was honestly like, I wanted Joe Laws to win, mate, because I just like Joe. Do you know what I mean? I was thinking, oh my God, when Joe got put over and then he put him down, I was like, oh, I stood up and he woke me up. And then I completely missed the Caroline Dubois fight because I just fell asleep. I fell asleep and then I woke up as Callum Simpson was ring walking.
But we can't talk about Caroline Dubois then, can we? But yeah, Joe Laws, man, I was saying, man, that first round was maybe me sitting ringside watching the fight was probably the best first round in a fight I've ever seen. I can't think of one that was so entertaining.
But for entertainment value, that was probably the best opening round I've ever seen, and I don't say that lightly either.
I agree. There wasn't a jab thrown in them 3 rounds. Not one jab.
It was literally just. I posted a GIF of it when the Undertaker and the Rock kind of ran at each other and they started fighting each other on. It was just absolutely. It was chaos, bonkers, wasn't it? But yeah. But Joe Laws is great value, and I'm sure he'll get many opportunities because he's a massive character, got big plums, and he brings and I'm sure Joe Laws maybe coming down a level or so. He will have his moment in the sun.
Definitely, if he stays at 154 as well. I'll touch on Caroline Dubois quickly then. She dropped Manel 3 times, I think it was.
Just didn't watch it. I cannot comment on the performance. I know
she has a talent. No, she has a talent. I must admit, she is definitely the future of women's boxing. Caroline Dubois, I believe she is a special talent. Well, you said you woke up when Cam Simpson was doing his ring walk. The atmosphere, I don't know if you felt it through your TV, Sam, but that
unbelievable atmosphere.
Unreal. Maybe not the performance you wanted for that crowd because it was quite a.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit. I thought it was a bit of a scruffy kind of fight. It was a scruffy-ish fight. It wasn't the cleanest of fights. But look, Callum Simpson was the clear winner. He's a fantastic fighter. To deal with that on your first, like usually when someone gets their big moment, they headline an arena or something like that. But to be put in the middle of your pitch where you on your local football club, and there's 7,000 people there coming to watch you, and the whole crowd is there just for you. There's a lot of pressure on Callum Simpson's shoulders, and he dealt with it great. He got the job done against a tough kid in Zach Chelly.
I'm glad you said Callum Smith because I've been saying Callum Smith all week.
It's just it rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? It just rolls off. Sorry, Callum Simpson. I don't mean to do that. It was just Callum Simpson.
Definitely. One quick one then. I seen Muhammad Ali yesterday. He's back out on the GBM Sports Show on September 27th, I think it is. Yeah.
26th or
27th. No, it's the 27th because it's
the day before. It's the day before the Dalton show. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, so good to see the kid back out after his last performance.
Activity.
So, yeah,
activity. He's a kid. He needs lots of activity. He's going to be fighting on a couple of Izzy's shows now as well, because I think Izzy's doing some great shows. They're fantastic. It's on DAZN, and he'll box again on a Matchroom show in November. It works out great for Ali. He needs experience and he needs rounds, Andrew, to develop.
Definitely.
So that's what we're delivering for him.
Good stuff, Sam. Good stuff. Well, you work hard for your fighters, and listen, you're tired. Get a little nap if you can. I know you've got kids like me, so we probably won't get. We have got
Andrew, right? Some big signings coming. Big ones.
You need a heavyweight, mate. I want you. You need to sign a heavyweight.
I reckon. No, I'm not going to say that because I'll get loads of stick for it. But
Come on, say it. Come on, I like when you get stick.
monstrous signing on the way, Andrew.
How long do I have to wait for this?
Week or so.
Perfect. I'll see you in a week then.
Yeah. See you in a week, Andrew. Take care.
Listen, Sam, you enjoy your rest of your weekend if you can, mate. Get some sleep, and I'll speak to you soon, brother. Thank you so much.
Take care, mate. Bye-bye, mate.
Thank you, brother.
Hey. Don't be thumbnailing and clickbaiting me on giving Billy Nelson praise. Fuck that.
I'll clip that bit. Cheers, Sam. I appreciate it, mate.
Wall Street Memes Casino
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.